Welcome back to Two Beards and a Bachelor. This is the fourth official episode. Special shout out to all those people that are still hanging in there, still sharing the show. Um, we will continue to put episodes up every Monday unless we fire our producer. Make sure to like, follow, and share the show with your friends and family that can bear to listen to the craziness. The show isn't for everybody. Fair warning, if you have sensitive ears, you may want to go ahead and cut it off now. Save yourself the time, and you won't hate us after listening to this. Also, email us. We're still looking for feedback and ideas on how to improve the show. The email is twobandab@gmail.com. That's twobandab@gmail.com. And with that, let's start the show.
All right, boys. So, how was the weekend?
Good. Short. How was yours?
Mine was short.
Yeah.
Church is always nice. Leighton doesn't know anything about that.
Yeah, he went once.
Yeah.
If you're whipping the church.
Well, there's a church for everybody. You just got to find the right one. But you can't.
Speaking of church, we had a little awards dinner on Friday night for all the volunteers. Pretty sweet. It was a black tie event. So
nice.
They gave me a bow tie. I had to scramble around and find clothes that fit me. 60 pounds later after the other clothes that don't fit me.
Damn it.
So I show up and I got this bow tie on, but nobody can see it because it's under the beard.
Oh!
I have to keep looking like straight verb. I'm like, I got a bow tie, look. I'm fancy. But
I wonder if you could get a clip on and just clip it into your beard.
Yeah, probably so.
It's in the right spot.
It was there. This one was the
It
whole
rotates.
wraparound deal, and it would not fit around the beard right. So I was out of luck. But they had they got a limo and parked it right out front and kind of roped off the side of it. So to get into the room, the big room where we were doing everything,
right,
you had to go through the limo. Like they had the back doors open. So you slide through the limo, and when you're popping out on the other side, they're snapping pictures. There's like a red carpet there.
Dude.
You got the whole backdrop and everything. It was sweet, man.
What church you go to? Well, no. Jesus.
It's a local one?
Yeah. It was like, dang, y'all did it big, man.
Yeah, it was very well orchestrated, very well thought out. But it was pretty cool. I was really impressed with the setup. But yeah, that was the highlight. That was Friday night. I can't remember what happened the rest of it.
Sundays are probably my favorite day. It's like church is just like a reset.
Yeah.
Because if our listeners know, they've listened to these shows before, and we can get pretty out of pocket, is what they call it. But
down the street.
Sunday's like a nice reset for us. Like, all right, now reel it back in, you piece of shit. Like, come on, man.
Yep.
You need to get right.
Reset.
You need to get right. But
Repent.
Here we go. Monday morning, we're revving it up.
Yep.
I'll tell you one thing I don't like about Sundays is Chick-fil-A. I mean, I understand.
Right.
Especially with the whole church deal. But, man, they're missing out on, I think last time they checked was a little over $1 billion in sales for the year because of that one day.
But that's their standard, though.
Right.
That's like what attracts everybody because, I mean, they're a Christian organization.
Right.
So the fact that they're off on Sundays, you can't even get too mad because you're like, yep, that's Lord's Day. We don't work on Lord's Day.
But I guarantee you, either Saturday night or Monday morning, even the gays are pulling up for those chicken sandwiches. That chicken's so good.
I want to say I read a story not too long ago about a lady that sat in a drive-thru on a Sunday and got like just overly Karen pissed.
Tearing down speakers and
why
aren't you taking my order?
I'm thinking complete parking lot because they got it down to a science.
Yeah,
there could be 50 cars in that parking lot, and if you're brave enough to pull in,
oh yeah,
I guarantee you, 15 minutes at the most,
maybe,
and that's two lines pumping them out, boy.
What was it, Saturday night?
What do you order though? What do you get? Are you tricky?
Let me get the chinchilla bites.
Chinchilla.
Off the nuggets, no breading. No, Madison was coming over, and she had stopped through the one over there.
Oh, that one.
And she sat there for a good 20-some minutes. And when she finally pulled up to the window or the speaker box, they're like, oh, yeah, we're not taking any more orders. And
What time? What?
It had to be around 9 o'clock.
On what day?
Saturday. And they close at 10. And she's like, it's fine. I'm like,
dude.
No. I went full on Karen.
Oh, you got
This is not the Lord's Day.
We got to say something at least to ask, what?
Well, I tried to call the actual restaurant, and the phone just
day?
rang. So I promptly got online and sent a very worded email.
I'm going to give him a piece of my mind.
To whom it may concern. I sat in your line. It's completely unacceptable. So they sent me a voucher for free ice cream.
Did they really?
Yes. And then I emailed them back and was like, why don't you just spit in my face and keep your ice cream? That's just, like, really? Have a free cookie on us.
Did I go too far when I set my handle as the devil?
This is Satan.
This is a message from Satan.
Now, if they'd have sent you a free chicken sandwich voucher, you'd have been like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to Popeyes.
I watched a video of a guy went to Chick-fil-A and set up his phone or whatever type of camera he had. And he took the bun off the top, took the macaroni and cheese, just dumped the whole container on top of it, put a couple waffle fries on top, and then a little bit of hot sauce, and just there's no way with a beard you could bite that.
No.
It was all over his face.
I can.
Yep.
You know what else is hard to eat with a beard? Soup.
Oh, God. You should have paused a little bit longer for that.
Nice save there.
That would be a good effect.
Dramatic effect. You know what else is hard to eat with a beard?
What's that smell? 3 days later. No, man. Soup.
Whole soup kitchen.
You don't realize how much, coordination you got to have to get that spoon in there without getting it all over your stash or
have a straw.
It down your chin. Yes, exactly.
It's so hot. That's what my dad calls that little patch of hair below his lip flavor saver.
Yeah, it does too.
When you're eating soup.
I hadn't had chili for 3 days.
Yes.
Soup.
It's like when all your boys get in the car and eat soup together.
Well, don't they call that a soup kitchen?
Soup kitchen.
Like that? For all you people that are curious about that, just go ahead and Google.
Google it.
Soup kitchen.
Please don't.
Or another one I tripped up on was another one for all you perverts. You can Google glass bottom boat. That's what Leighton was doing last night with this girl.
Huh?
You familiar with glass bottom boat?
No.
Okay, I asked Dustin before we started the podcast. This is pretty raunchy, but
I'm aware of the actual glass bottom boat.
Glass bottom boat is where a man lays below a glass table and has the girl defecate on top of the glass table.
Wow.
Glass bottom boat.
I'm glad you said that because I was halfway through typing that out. I'll trust you.
That's the starting would be the glass, and then you just get all the way to saran wrap.
Keep this out.
Timestamp that.
Latent shopping list. Saran wrap.
I'll tell you one thing.
Glass table.
Last week, something that happened for me was had to rush the podcast last week because we had a doctor's appointment for the wife. We are having our 5th child.
Oh.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Insert
we need
clap.
TV audience.
Oh. It is a girl. She will be considered a triple rainbow baby because we have lost the previous 3. Which it's tough to talk about, but it's real and it happens to a lot of people, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Most women think that it's only me kind of situation, but when women start to actually talk about their feelings, it happens a lot.
Oh yeah.
But as guys, we just tend to. I don't think men. I can speak from my point of view. We don't suppress these feelings, but we try to. Throughout our lives, things that we do, we instead of harping on things, we kind of like look for other things to talk about. So it'll just not necessarily go away, but so my brain will go a different route, and I won't just sit there. Kind of like a quarterback throwing an interception in a football game. If he gets the ball back, I guarantee he's not thinking about that interception.
Right.
He's like, "What's next?" I got to keep moving forward. But so, anyways, yeah,
Well, it's natural for males though. Like
Yeah.
you go to war,
I don't know.
you get shot. They're not gonna like
do the
fold up and be
Peter
like,
Griffin.
"Oh, I'm done. I'm done. Take me out, coach. Take me out."
I'm a little bit different than that.
Yeah,
I can't say. I'll hold on to something. I'm still mad at that. I was gonna say bitch, but still mad at that woman from 7th grade that turned me down for my Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Those will cut you deep, man.
I think that may be because you're a hermaphrodite.
Mm-hmm.
Deep down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, deep down because that's where the surgery put.
Oh, that.
Well, I've heard it's easier it's easier to make a hole than it is to make a pole, is what they say. I'll save that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, congrats.
Thank
JB.
you, sir.
That's,
Yeah. Now it'll be,
amazing.
Lord willing, everything will come out right. But
how far along now? I mean,
should be
it's a
about
girl.
15 weeks now.
Yeah.
We did the whole 4D, so you get to find out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
The wife could not wait, which I'm always down, but
It's going to be your last one?
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
I need to set my appointment to, I don't know why guys say calling it getting clipped.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Getting the snip.
Yeah, it's not really what happens.
They snip it, then they clip
into
it.
that,
So.
right? And then, we won't get into the details, but I've heard guys that get that done, and it's still just somehow the wife gets pregnant.
So it's not 100%.
Right.
99.9. And my wife, of course, wanted a 5th child and talk about adoption and all that. And I just told her, hey, listen, reversals are extremely expensive, extremely painful. So it's a 99.9% chance. So, 1,000 times you're going to get a baby. So the more often,
touche, sir.
You definitely got higher chances.
I'm just playing the numbers.
There's a 1 time out of 1,000 chance we're going to make this happen. So if we were in Vegas,
So I messaged both of y'all earlier this week to watch the Tender Swindler.
Yes.
Did y'all give it a try?
Yeah, I watched it.
I tried.
All the way through?
All the way through.
Okay, I've got I was hoping it was going to be like an hour documentary, but I think it was like 2 hours, right?
I don't think it's quite that long, but
it was wild.
Yeah, if you got time to actually waste.
That's my problem.
This
I
guy
get like 5-minute chunks.
Yeah,
this guy
I'm busy, so it took me
was
a lot to.
mastermind, and he went after the right women.
Yeah.
Just the women that are looking to have a good time. Haven't quite met the right man. Fairly
Rich.
Independent. They have their own
Rich
money.
women, yeah.
They don't need anybody's full support. And basically, what he would do is the whole idea that he was giving off when these girls would hang out with him the first time was that he was rich. I'm talking private
Huge
jets,
persona.
Yeah.
Like
private jets, 5-star hotels, dressed to the nines.
See, one thing I couldn't figure out though is how he was able to start it off in the first place. Before
I think
you
he was just
scam somebody,
I feel like he was on a constant loop.
I guess
Like he just always had money coming in. And
my way would be like a green screen with a yacht behind it.
But
why's that yacht kind of phasing?
Yeah, he would
Don't pay
take his
attention.
girls on. I'm landing here, I'm landing there, and he was sending geotags, son. I'm landing in Sweden, boing, and their phone would light up. He's in Sweden, and just bouncing around from country to country. Hey, what do you got planned? You want to come with me? Private jet? Want a boat? They're like, yeah, sure. And he put on this facade that he's filthy rich, and then their connect would slowly spread, and then he'd be like, "Hey, I'm in Norway right now. You think you can send me 10 grand? I'll have it right back." You know, and he's filthy rich.
He would find
Yeah, I'll give you 10
some
grand.
sort of a reason, like, oh well, customs hold your credit card for X amount of days. You know, I
Slay.
just need $10,000 to
Slay.
check in this hotel, and they were like, okay, baby, sure.
Dude.
And then he just out.
Ghost.
I mean, they were taking out loans,
No doubt.
opening up credit cards, wiring money, and he would, you know, "Oh, I paid you back with interest," and he would send a picture of a check, and then the check would just never come to the bank, you know, and then he would be ice cold towards them. One
Straight
minute
douchebag.
he's like, "You want to move in with me?" Got this girl looking at apartments,
Well, she actually got one.
putting down payments
Yeah.
on apartments, and then being like, "Hey, something's wrong with the bank. Will you call the bank?" 5 minutes later, "Hey, send me 25,000 real quick," and they're just like, "Okay," boom, sending them to them.
Okay.
And
Wow.
so come to find out, which this is the point that I got to. Spoiler alert. What spoiler alert been this whole time, but he was this girl. The jig was up with this one girl, so she started doing some digging, and the cops were actually helping this girl, and they're like, "Hey, Google this name." So she Googles that name. Apparently, he served time in prison already for doing the same thing under a different alias
Wow.
to 5 different girls. It was wild.
That's why I stay on Grindr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was like. Leighton, I love the way they did. It doesn't quite rhyme. It's more like an Eminem rhyme. You know, Tinder Swindler.
Yeah.
I was like, we could, you know, with Leighton on Grindr, we could do like the
grinder minder.
the grinder blinder, something like that. I was like, man,
Grinder winder.
sidewinder.
Side.
That's his go-to move. Sidewinder. That's in his profile. You ever been hit with a sidewinder?
Semi 5K.
Went to Sidewinder University.
Oh man. So I was thinking the other day about, you know, just, you know, humans can be attracted to the same sex. And I know it happens sometimes in the animal kingdom, but for some reason my mind went to gay dinosaurs. And I was like, wait, they lay eggs, right? How did dinosaurs
I think
procreate?
they all laid eggs, didn't they?
Intercourse?
Well, you still gotta.
Or is it like a chicken?
You still gotta have sex and
Not
To
chickens.
fertilize.
to fertilize.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
chickens, the rooster fertilizes the egg, right?
No, they fertilizes the chicken and then the egg comes out.
Oh.
Dude, I was on the.
It's not like seahorses.
No, dude,
Oh my God.
I was driving around the truck the other day, and I started thinking about that, and I was like,
What, seahorses?
yes, no eggs. I was like,
Oh.
they lay eggs, but how do they?
So the
Get
rooster
pregnant.
just manhandles the hen,
Well, the chicken is going to lay an egg.
regardless.
Supposed to be every day.
Right.
What dictates it being fertilized is there's a rooster there,
Right.
and it doesn't matter how many chickens it is. That guy gets around because it
All
takes
of
like
them.
3 seconds. You know, they just climb on and bang. Yep, that's it. So if you've ever had any like homegrown eggs or whatever, if you get one that's got a little red spot in there, like in the yolk, or like a little brown spot or whatever,
Yeah.
they got a rooster and that thing's been fertilized because that at some point was going to be a chick.
So what
Does
color?
that not just like put a hole in the whole vegan thing?
Man,
I don't know, man. You were the
I
weirdo that
don't
went
think
off on that
they
tangent.
don't do anything. with
They don't do
animals.
eggs, but if
No animals.
it's
no
not been fertilized, then it's just
Oh, it's still from an animal, though. I think that's the whole deal.
okay.
Well, there's a difference between being a vegetarian and a vegan.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah, I did it for
There's-
a year and a half.
I get so lost. It's so confusing trying to be.
I'm gonna get a
Trying to
hamburger
do-
that's
trying
made
to
from
do the
beans.
right
I'm
thing.
like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Oh,
God.
But yeah, just like a woman does the month, like human women are by month, chickens are by day.
my
So
days.
that egg's coming out regardless.
They're just
But it's up to the rooster.
Putting
to
out some
fertilize.
babies. He's got a big responsibility.
Yeah.
There's You can't put two roosters in the same,
Mm-mm.
because they'll fuck each other
They'll
up.
kill each other. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's got to handle all those hens. And what's the difference between a chicken and a hen? Same thing?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, chicken, I guess, is like, if we're gonna go phylum species, all that
Okay,
fun
okay.
stuff. Chicken's like
All of them.
the animal. Rooster's the male.
Then
Hen's the female.
Okay. Because I saw a cow with horns
Yep.
and udders.
Yeah.
I think those are dairy, I think is what they say.
Some
It happens.
cows can have horns.
Or a bull with no horns and a penis.
Yeah.
I get so confused.
Those
It's
are
just
the
ignorant. I'll stop my truck.
Comes from the guy that's thinking about gay dinosaurs.
I was just like all animals, and then all I could think of was a T-Rex just rawr,
Hey, with the little arms.
rawr.
Yeah, we need this on video.
Rawr. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, got some craziness going on in the world.
You talking about Russia and Ukraine?
Yeah, there's definitely some insanity going on overseas. They, regardless of which side of the fence you're on, I mean, there's theories that Russia's only bombing the U.S. biolabs, and there's a lot of dirty laundry from elites in the U.S. over in Ukraine, supposedly. But without getting off on a tangent there, let's just talk about the Ukrainian people. You're talking about some like straight up free people who are recognizing what Russia's trying to do, at least what they think they're doing.
Yeah.
And put it this way, Russia went in there with the mindset that this was going to be a 2 or 3 day ordeal, and they were just going to take over the country.
Right.
Well, the Ukrainian people are standing up tenfold. It's not just the military over there. These are civilians, straight up.
Celebrities.
Yeah, arming themselves.
There's an ex heavyweight champion boxer.
Yeah.
That has just, they're like, whatever, and that's, I think, one of the main reasons that the U.S. has never been invaded.
Absolutely.
Is because they know we're a bunch of crazy assholes.
Yeah.
And what do they say? There's a gun behind every blade of grass.
That was from the Chinese in World War II.
It's like, bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they definitely underestimated the Ukrainian people and how brave. They thought they were just going to roll over.
Yeah.
And take it. And Ukraine's like, come get some.
Well, the thing is, like, Russia went in there, like I said, expecting a 2 or 3 day fight. Mm-hmm. So they only brought food and gas to go for a few days. Well, now they're running out of food and gas, which exploits them even more.
There's pictures of tanks. They removed the street signs, the Ukrainian people.
No doubt.
They laid down the street signs and drug them inside buildings. That way the Russians would get lost.
Yeah.
And there's like tanks in the middle of fields that ran out of gas.
Don't you said take a left?
Yeah. It's just like flugen. Is that German? That's German.
Well, I saw a clip this morning of like these ladies just hanging around, sitting in this park with all these glass bottles and styrofoam. Ooh. And they're just packing these bottles with styrofoam, and then they're putting in the diesel fuel or whatever. The Ukrainian government sent out instructions on how to make Molotov cocktails and napalm.
They were teaching the women textbook how to make the best quality Molotov cocktails.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, yo, they are ready. And even the Miss Ukraine, my wife was telling me, was they had a side-by-side of all these celebrities, one of them being Miss Ukraine. And on one side, she's like in her nice dress or her bikini. And then on the right side, she's holding a machine gun and a flak jacket on. And there's lines.
In the same dress?
No.
You can't tell Leighton these things. He's going to buy a ticket to Ukraine.
Out there in the bikini.
Not this time of year. Not quite.
There was one, I don't know if you saw it, little old lady standing in front of a Russian soldier. And they're telling him, move, you got to leave or whatever. And she stands her ground. And she hands him a bag of sunflower seeds. And she said, I look forward to the day I see these sunflowers grow out of your dead body on Ukrainian soil.
God damn.
And this lady's like 80.
They've been through some shit.
Man, they're
sitting there poking them with the old lady finger.
Those are the ones you need to be worried about. The quiet ones. The ones that are like, yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
Sit down on the couch. You guys want some coffee? Some tea?
Yeah.
Hey, babe.
Special tea.
Reach in the back of the cabinet for that tea. You know the one I'm talking about. We saved this just for a special occasion.
We saved this to our special guests.
We like to take care of our guests. Yeah, I from whoever you can trust, it's hard to find any type of media that you can trust. But I saw a bunch of videos about they're actually having their first sit down talk.
Yeah.
Of possible peace.
Well, that's going to be on Ukraine's terms, is the way I understand it. Yeah. Like you said, it's hard to trust whatever media is out there. There's a lot of propaganda going around, especially in even our world. Mm-hmm. I'm talking USA.
Yeah.
If you fact check some of the videos and the pictures and stuff that are coming out, they're like, "Oh no, this was from a riot in 2015, and this was from." That picture is from this other deal in 2017. They had like Christians kneeling in the snow over there, like praying and everything. That wasn't even from recent. That was like 5 years ago.
Snow. It's summertime.
Wait a second.
What am I looking at?
But us over here, if you're blind to it, you just watch it. Oh man, it's terrible. But yeah, you do a little bit of digging. That's not.
Well, everybody's on TikTok, so it was kind of scary. But I'm not gonna lie, pretty cool at the same time. To get these live videos of people's buildings having rockets fly over top of them.
Yeah.
And that was, some of the people were like, no, I'm not going to do nothing. And then their neighbor's house gets hit with a rocket. And they're like, all right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
And there's lines around the building. And the Ukrainian government is just giving out weapons to whoever wants them. You want it? Here. We need your help.
Yeah.
And people they're ready. I mean, what would you do if somebody just come rolling through your neighborhood? We're taking this, we're taking that, shooting your friends. You're like, nah.
Yeah.
You got to fight, man.
Now, Dustin's neighborhood is the only neighborhood I want to be in.
No.
This guy.
That's because I'm the second house on the right.
Shit hits the fan. You want to have woods in your backyard.
Yeah. Well, I've got barbed wire, cows. Not my barbed wire. It's a cow fence, but that's what's at the very back of the property. So we're in good shape.
All right, fellas. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
I did.
Man, I tell you what, Jethro.
What's that, Bill?
I'm madder than a damn hornet in a Coke can.
What's going on, brother?
And I got these damn tree stumps in my yard pissing me off.
What you gonna do about them?
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call Morgan Stunt Removal.
How's that work?
Well, you just pick up your damn cell phone, give them a call at 803-517-4592. They'll come out and give you a free estimate.
Numbers are hard. Say that one again.
Well, I understand that. 803-517-4592. Ask for Scotty.
I did.
Hey guys, I know we've had a lot of fun on the show today. We'd like to take a moment to talk about a serious matter, something that a lot of us feel we shouldn't talk about, and we think you should be able to. So let's go ahead and dive into that, Dustin.
Yeah, guys, we're talking about suicide. If you're having thoughts about harming yourself or doing anything further down the road, there's help out there. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. You can give them a call at 1-800-273-TALK. It's 1-800-273-8255. If you're a veteran, you can press 1. They'll direct you to a local VA, or you could text home.
But to say is, what if I want to talk to somebody, but I don't feel like, talking to them? If I just is there a way I can text?
Yeah, they have options. You can actually text. I know a lot of people don't want to actually speak freely to another person. You can text these numbers. They will text you back in a timely manner, and you will receive the help that you need. So,
yeah, you text home to 741-741. That's HOME to the number 741-741.
And we're back. We were talking during the break. I was asking the fellas if they had heard about the guy from Boston that got stabbed after walking out of the bathroom.
Haven't heard it.
Neither of them had heard about it.
Hector Avadito.
I don't know.
Avadudu?
I don't know. Let me go ahead and tell you what I know, and then we can read the article. So this guy, I can't remember exactly where in Boston, but it's two guys in a stall using the bathroom.
In the same stall?
No.
Okay.
In separate stalls right next to each other. I guess they're both sitting down, so you know they're most likely taking a poo. And one of them gets up and walks out without flushing. And the one guy just, I guess, has a Chad moment at the male Karen,
yes,
whatever, has a Chad moment. So he finishes up his situation, flushes his toilet. By God, I'm gonna flush my toilet, and then he walks out and confronts the guy.
So this is two guys in two different stalls just firing back at each other.
No, I don't know if it was battle shit.
you think he's walking out in the bar like checking people's shoes?
I don't
there
know.
He is.
I guess. How would you know unless you walk right out? You would have to do like a super fast wipe, get out without washing hands.
Yep.
Who knows? Or maybe he caught him washing his hands.
It says right here, the guy who did the stabbing was in the lobby asking who was in the bathroom taking a shit.
Oh, so the dude. Okay, so yeah, so the guy walks out. He comes out and he's like, "Who was just in there?" And the guy turns around. And he's like, "Me." Why? And he was like, "You didn't flush." And so they get into it. Homeboy stabs him.
That's crazy.
The dude that was mad that the guy didn't flush stabbed the guy that didn't flush.
Wow.
Does it say anything else on there?
Other than the fact they took him, no, he made it through, but he was only put on bail for $20,000, and they just told him to stay away from the other guy.
Good Lord,
that's justice for you.
Cops are like, I hate it when people don't flush. Give him $20,000.
Asshole. We've been trying to catch that guy for weeks.
Dirty Tank Bandit.
Oh man, the shit bandit. What they call him in Home Alone, the wet bandits.
The wet bandits.
They would leave the faucets on. Dude, not only are we gonna take your stuff, we're gonna flood your house.
Yeah. We're gonna steal $500 worth of crap and cost you
the wet
$20,000 worth of your house being flooded.
And it would always be like the basement, so it would just work its way up.
Right.
Just be strategical. Robber, just break in, turn everybody's lights on. Take that.
See, there are states. I think Washington. I don't know if it's state by state or like district by district, but there's a thing called mutual combat. So if me and you get into an argument and there's a cop in the vicinity, you can both agree to mutual combat and you can fight, like knock down, drag out, and then basically the cop's the referee.
Like they used to do in school.
I guess, yeah.
Take them out back. Not in our day.
You get to high school, things change because people can get hurt. And that's when they start like detaining minors, put them in handcuffs.
Yeah, yeah.
But middle school, yeah, you just get a talking to and out of school suspension.
Yeah.
But I still feel like either they need to do the mutual combat deal or some type of have y'all seen the slap competitions?
Yes.
So I guess there's only like a few rules to the slap competitions. But I mean, if you could somebody just have like a portable fold out table and y'all just step up. We're going to do this, boys. All right. Boys. I mean, these guys use chalk.
Yeah.
I mean, grip mouthpieces.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll stick like cotton in their ear so
keep
the dude can't palm the ear. They're going to do y'all familiar with the Arnold Classic?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, it's I think I'm gonna butcher this, but it's pretty much like the classic posing.
Okay.
You show your muscles off, and then they have different events.
Oh, like a muscle competition.
Like a strongman competition. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, and then
the Arnold, that
Arnold Classic. So this year, Logan Paul, you know the Paul brothers.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Logan is the older, bigger of the two brothers. He straight up called Arnold Schwarzenegger and was like, "Hey, can we set something up?" And Arnold's down, So they're going to have the first Arnold Classic slap fight competition.
That's going to be epic.
And it's like arm wrestling table, you got the two handles.
Oh, yeah.
So they grab the two handles and brace. And the guy, you can get a warm up. I don't think you can step.
No, you can't. Your feet have to
But
stay.
I've seen guys do a whole twist.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's amazing. You get on a rabbit hole, man. You can watch that stuff for
well,
hours.
there's a guy
Knocked
that's
me
like
right out of my
the
shoes.
king. There's a dude that's the king, and he's a hefty boy, but he's not the biggest.
No.
I've seen him slap some 6'5" guys.
And they drop to their knees.
Oh, buckle.
Yeah, with a slap, open hand slap.
That's great. I wish that's what they would do with guys, especially two drunk guys at a bar.
Oh, yeah.
You either give them the oversized boxing gloves,
right,
or sock 'em boppers.
Sock 'em boppers, I was just thinking of.
Me and my boys used to do sock 'em boppers back in the day, but
then you get to the point where you're
a good slap, yeah.
Those got out of hand.
Way too strong.
Well, speaking of Arnold,
take
man,
them off.
I saw a clip of him. He was like at a basketball game or something, and
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's from the front at first, and he's like having a conversation.
Yeah.
Then this like ninja dude comes out from nowhere and tries to like do a flying drop kick on them, and he lands it on his back. He doesn't even fall down. And before the guy can even hit the ground, Arnold's handlers are on top of him, like rear naked choke, dragging this guy by his throat.
I think that was an actual Arnold classic.
Was it?
Yeah, they were like setting up. But if you just click on it and you see it, that's exactly what it looks like. It's like a basketball court in the background because it's everybody's spaced out.
Yeah.
And like you said, he full force hits Arnold, and Arnold's just like, oh.
It was like hitting a wall.
And he's in his 60s when that video was made. So
yeah.
Took it like a champ. That bodyguard was looking for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
And
there was more of them. If you paid attention, there was like 2 or 3 more guys that bowed up, and you would have never even noticed them until this dude like hits. And I don't know if they were his handlers or if they were just like buddies or other jack dudes just hanging around.
You can't pick a fight. That's like walking into a gun store
and
pulling a gun on somebody.
Yeah, no doubt.
Everybody there is just jacked up on testosterone, just waiting for somebody to try them.
Like you are when you watch that war movie. I wish somebody would bring
it. Yeah, hiding behind the couch with your little hat on.
But yeah, that's crazy. So I watched this comedian guy just I think it was yesterday, and he was going on. It was part of his skit, but he was talking about this little guy, 14 years old, and he had cancer, and his parents reached out to the comedian and was like, "Listen, he's got a bucket list, and you're on it. He wants to meet you." So the comedian was like, "Yeah, man, I'll meet him." So he goes and meets him, hangs out with the kid, and the kid's got this amazing sense of humor. And the comedian was pretty raunchy, but the guy was like, "What's your favorite?" And he's like, "Well, my favorite skit is whenever you dressed up in the penis costume and chased the old ladies." So he's got this massive blow up, like the dinosaur costumes and everything. He's got the fans. Well, he's got one that's a 6 foot tall wiener. So he goes around chasing old ladies in the park or something, and the kid just loved it. And
somebody's got a camera following him.
Yeah. It's like little pranks and stuff. So the kid, they end up like meeting up 4 or 5 times, and one of the last times the kid had like, I think they gave him like 3 days or something. The kid met up with a comedian, and he asked him, he was like, will you come to my funeral? And the comedian was like, just, kind of taken aback and everything. And he was like,
come dressed as the penis.
Oh, God. Don't spoil it.
No.
Don't spoil it.
Jesus.
Yeah. So the comedian's like, well, yeah, absolutely. I'll come. And he's like, all right, well, it's kind of like a costume party. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, I've been planning it out. He said, my dad's going to dress up as the Grim Reaper. And just walk up in there. And he said, if anybody coughs, I told him he's got to point at him with his side. And the comedian's like, all right, well, what do you want me to be? And the kid was like, I think you know.
that kid's sense of humor is great.
Yeah. And the comedian's like, oh, I don't know, man. And he's like, no, if you're coming, you got to do it. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. But you have to write me a letter saying that's what you want me to do. He's like, because 95% of me believes this kid. And the other 5% is like, what if this is the greatest prank ever?
Pops up out of the casket.
And I show up in the funeral home, and everybody's dressed in black, and I'm up here in this 6 foot winter costume. So turns out the kid, like, he goes back for a scan. Like, the kid makes it 3 days.
Mhm.
Goes back for a scan, and miraculously, no cancer. His numbers are normal. Like, just amazing. Like, it completely cured. And at the very end, the comedian told him, he's like, yeah, you're going to be on one of my shows. Well, it happened to be this show. And he's like, without further ado,
Nice.
here comes the kid in a 6-foot wiener costume.
Hey!
But the kid had like this purple mohawk. It was awesome. It was pretty cool.
It's unreal how I think the NFL does it, and then it's called Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
And that's terminally ill children. What dude? They do like a 15-minute little cut of just them hanging out with the kids. It'll tear you apart.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it shows their like pictures and videos of them struggling, and then they ask them, like who's your favorite athlete, and they'll just bring these guys in. Obviously, they come with jerseys and cleats, and it's almost like a what do you call it, where they give you 2 pills, one does one and one's a fake or
placebo
effect. Kind of. And it when the doctor diagnoses you and all your family's sad, and you almost like give up.
Yeah.
And if you give up mentally, most likely your body physically is just like, all right, well, I guess we're done here.
Yeah.
But that spin of when your hero comes in and gives you stuff that you can't afford, stuff that you thought you'd never get your hands on, it almost like does the reverse effect.
Right.
And it like hope, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them where Robbie Downey Jr.
Oh, yes.
comes in with the whole Iron Man thing.
outfit.
Yeah.
Want to put it on?
Talking about sobbing like a little bitch in the corner.
Dude, tear me to pieces. And that's normal, dude. You should. If you find yourself stonewalling that, you might want to go get checked out.
Yeah, check your pulse.
Something's broke.
No, the human body's amazing. I've heard stories of a guy getting trapped into a freezer. He was like a HVAC guy or something. Like the freezer was broke. It was still cooling, but it wasn't getting cold. And I'm talking like restaurant freezer or like big walk-in freezer.
Right.
Dude gets trapped in there. Maybe it was I can't remember. Maybe it was a rail car or something. Anyway, big refrigerator thing. He gets locked in it. And anyway, there's like all these notes. Whenever they opened up the freezer and found the guy, he's dead. And there's all these notes he left. Like, it's getting colder. Tell my wife and kids. Yeah. Like, going through it and everything. The catch was, they opened up the rail car. It was like 50 degrees in there. It never got below freezing. It was 50 degrees. This dude talked himself into dying.
Oh, shit. Just
like
got chilly.
Up.
Got real chilly.
He got cold, man. And he was like, yep, this is it. And he shut down. I mean, I
would have been doing jumping jacks, anything.
Yeah.
Not quite sweat, but to keep it pumping to the extremities and the fingers, toes.
Right. Yeah, it would.
I'm no quitter.
No.
It's gonna
remember the Dave Chappelle skit?
He did. Which one?
The one where he goes to see the Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh, man, you'd have to refresh my memory. What do you got?
Basically goes in there and he's like, Dave Chappelle, will you play NBA 2K whatever with me?
Okay.
And they're sitting there laughing, having a good time. By the end of it, he's whooping this little kid's ass.
Oh, no mercy.
And this kid's like over here just degrading every time he one-ups him. And he's like, just let me win one game. He's like,
literally,
hell no.
Literally beating him to death.
He finally wins the game, turns around. This kid's just like flatlining. He's like, oh shit. Got you.
You've been pumped. Oh man. Yeah, the human body is amazing. But I tell you whose body is really amazing is the Victoria's Secret just hired their first Down syndrome model.
I saw a headline of that. Yeah.
Which the thing is, like, it's like, why haven't they? Because it's about the clothes that they wear, right?
Right.
So what does the woman's looks have to do? I mean, she's got an amazing body. Let's go ahead and put that out there. But they're making a huge deal, and it's probably a PR move.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
Look at us.
Absolutely.
Look at us. Look what we did.
We're inclusive.
Look how awesome we are. It's almost like I thought when the first time I heard it, I was like, "That's the first one."
Right.
Like it took that long. Because I think I don't even know. You might have to Google what exactly Down syndrome is. I think it's just what chromosome 21.
Yeah.
Something's off, so it messes with their cognitive. They struggle to hold a conversation. And I mean, their faces something's off. Like the eyes can be slanted.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's certain characteristics.
I mean, she looks great.
Yeah. Yeah, she looked right up there. I mean, on par with everything else they put out.
Yeah, but will they put her in a runway show? Is what I'm wondering. Will they go? Are they that inclusive?
No, this is definitely a PR thing.
Because I don't really think, like you see the angels is what they call them, right?
Yeah,
they're usually like 6'1", 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And this girl actually looks normal, I feel,
right,
compared to the other angels. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know. It's kind of like Playboy did their first transgender guy or whatever.
What?
Girl.
Are you serious?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, girl, transgender girl.
So I don't know.
Guy to girl.
Yeah, guy to girl.
Okay,
whatever. So I don't know what parts. I don't know.
How dare you, piece of shit.
But I don't know, man. It's like they keep pushing the envelope. Like, oh, look at us. We're all inclusive. Well, if you were really inclusive, 99% of your models wouldn't be all these fake dolled up, airbrushed, everything else. I mean, put some real people out there.
Well, I'm wondering, like, I refer back to it's about the outfit, right?
Right.
So, I mean, especially people like Leighton. Leighton likes to wear women's underwear. So why can't? You know what? I'm gonna fucking give him a piece of my mind, like Leighton gave Chick-fil-A. Maybe he'll give me a free milkshake or something. I want to be
Victoria's Secret.
I want to be your first male Victoria's Secret model. But would they make you tuck it, or could you just have the bulge in the front?
They're gonna come out with a new line, Mr. Nose underwear.
Hell yeah!
Googly eyes.
Put me on that runway. The angels, the fallen angels.
Stupid.
Victoria's Secret's fallen angels.
Oh, nice.
Beards.
What I was thinking the other day was, why has no one started up a service for, like, you could do it for parties, you could do it for weddings, any type of get together.
I do.
There's a lot of people.
I do have a service.
What kind of service?
Disappointment. If you're really looking to be disappointed by morning, hop in my Mustang.
Send Leighton in. You actually pay him to ruin your wedding. But what I was thinking of is we could start up a service, and you could give it a cool name, but essentially they would be conversation checkers. So like how you have people walk around at nice fancy parties with like hors d'oeuvres and wine.
Yeah.
Well, they could be dressed up nice, like Dustin with the clip-on tie.
Yeah.
And
kind of like a lead man.
So basically, they would, if you saw two people talking, it could be a guy and a guy chatting, or a guy and a girl, whatever, girl, guy, a group of people talking. So basically, they would walk up. You would pay these people to be at your get together, and they would from time to time walk up and interrupt a conversation and be like, "Sorry to interrupt." And then they would ask each individual person if they're enjoying the conversation, or if they want to get out of the conversation. Like if I'm talking to somebody, and you sometimes when you're at weddings, you mingle and you just talk to a random guy, whether it be the father of the bride, congratulations. And next thing you know, this dude just starts talking about the stock market.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, dude, I got to get out of this. But some guys are just so gripping. They got
earpiece.
you. They got you. Or you just like hold up a flag. I don't
It's
know.
funny you mentioned that. So I don't know, I think I told you guys about it, but I was actually the best man at her wedding,
Yeah.
and it was like days before I found out. And apparently, best men are supposed to give speeches,
Yep.
Right.
and nobody told me. Y'all
Until
know
the
I'm
day
antisexual as fuck. Do what?
Until the date, they just like
Until they
microphone.
handed me the
Well, come on up.
microphone. No, we're all sitting at the table, and they come over, and he hands it to me, and I'm just like,
I can see him with the liquor shakes up there, just fucking wobbling.
oh, congratulations. It was so embarrassing.
Yeah,
Wish I
that's
had my
awkward.
red flag to hang up. Like,
People,
No doubt.
people
Over here.
spend weeks, months,
Yeah.
writing those dumb speeches.
it went from nothing to this person beside me just had like
My favorite are the drunk people.
Rolodex.
Yeah, the drunk people. Like, look at you, with your stupid face. You know, back in middle school, he used to run around with his pants around his ankles and his hands on his head. You're like, what? Whoa! Damn it, sit down! Somebody turn the microphone off.
Take him out.
But yeah, that I think that would be pretty neat because you know if you notice, like if you're one of the guys, you could post them up on the wall, you know, nice and you don't even notice them until they're in your face saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, are you enjoying this conversation you're in? Because this is your chance to get out now."
Yeah.
And then they, you know, he politely would like to leave this conversation. I hope you have no quality, you know, don't hold any offense towards this, but find someone else to talk about your stupid shit.
Go annoy
Or you
somebody
see a
else.
drunk guy hitting on a girl and she's just not feeling it, but
Yeah.
she feels trapped. You know, you just slide in. Hey, how are you doing?
That are like a card system.
So you that would be rough because there'd be cards flying
No,
everywhere.
you just pull out like a card that says my one out. Just hand it to them, no questions asked.
Oh, what, you only get one?
I mean,
Do
I'm
they
sure.
take your card?
Yeah, they gotta take it.
You know where it would be best? Little kids' birthday parties.
Ooh,
Because you get,
parent to parent.
yeah, you know,
Okay.
you get stuck in there with all these other parents and they're in the same situation you're in and everything. Sometimes you hit it off and you relate well. And then other times, you know, you strike up that conversation. What do you do? You know, as guys, it's like, what do you do? And, you know, I pop off with my deal. And, you know, it's interesting. People want to know. They want to dig in and know the ins and outs and everything. And it's, you know, there's something there. And then you turn around and you're like, so what do you do?
Car salesman.
No, not even. It'll be something like, I'm a something analyst. And this and that. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, yeah, what do you do? And he goes to like try to explain it. He can't even explain it.
Mm-mm.
And you're just confused. And you're basically like leaving. You can have a 30-minute conversation about what he does. And you still like, yeah, I don't really know what you do. And he doesn't even know what he does.
Shoot me in the face.
I bet it's harder to run conversation at those two because you know you can't really be
Can't be a dick.
taking shots. You got 30 kids running around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you don't really know like their sense of humor. So could you
Right.
just, you know, can you badger them? Can you make fun of them? Or are they going to get
You're like,
their
oh, that
feelings
sounds
hurt?
miserable.
Are they going to get their feelings hurt when you start making fun of them? Or
That should be like world renowned, just bro code though. You should be able to make fun of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know them.
Well, my thing is if I try to avoid you or my conversations with you are quick, it's probably because I don't like you.
Yeah.
But me and my boys always say, if I'm not giving you a hard time, I'm not having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, so the
Makes
more
sense.
I make fun of you, the more I like you. You
Yeah.
know? And it's usually I got my hands on you.
So
you
we really
motherfucker.
like you, like-
Yeah.
First thing I got or y'all did when I got here or woke up, you just started giving me shit. Got a
Like,
I was in
damn.
bed, got a text message like, "We're in your living room." It's like, oh god.
Oh my God.
walk out and Dustin's like, you should have muscles to wear a muscle shirt, shouldn't you? Like, oh thanks, good morning. Fuck
You
guys.
forgot before you walked out. I heard a little bit of rustling back there and said, come on, bring on the walk of shame.
Mm.
Yeah. Pro tip: you need to trim up your situation you got there. You let your shorts ride a little low, and your pubes are just. What's the dude from Home Improvement that just has his eyes over
Oh?
the fence?
Oh, yeah. Al. No, not Al. Is it Al?
It's his neighbor.
No, yeah. Wilson.
Yeah. Wilson just got his eyes peeking. Hey, morning, neighbor. Just pubes hanging
Oh,
over.
thanks. I'll make a note of that.
She'll appreciate it.
What you carrying Luna? You got Luna there?
For real. We saw a wine opener on the. I didn't know you were a wino.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
define wino.
Well, I saw a wine opener. You didn't even know how to use that?
Well, no. The other night, I had my friend over and I bought some wine for her. It's like, it's get a little fancy.
What's his name?
Chad.
I'll tell you something that sucks is when someone brings wine and they just assume you have a wine opener.
Well, I
And
was
you've
in
been
there
digging
like
through the drawers and shit.
I had taken like a screw and screwed it in there and was like had a fork and it
I'm surprised you had a screw.
eventually ended up just pushing the cork down in it.
That's when you plan on killing that bottle.
Yeah.
You're like, well, looks like we got to drink it
Well,
all
the next
night.
day I was like, all right, I'm gonna be fancy this time, not look like a complete jackass. So I went and bought the wine opener. I was excited. I got some food. It's like, it's gonna be a fancy night.
Now, is that the classic wine opener where the more you crank it, the little arms
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
go up and up and up and up?
Well, she gets here and I'm like, watch this. I fucking made it. I got the wine opener now.
Yeah.
God damn it, if this isn't a twist top.
I still would have just shoved it in
Yeah, I was like, can we just
make your own
pretend?
sound effects? What was that? Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Funny thing was,
Fancy.
it was a box. Just drill a hole.
Box of wine.
Yeah.
Just extra fancy.
When you really open those up, it's just like a bag
Yeah.
inside of a box. And just, oof.
Let's just be honest. Wine's a joke. Like a whole bottle of wine makes what, like 3 glasses? It's got this big old thick fancy.
Depends upon how you're pouring them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
If you're pouring them like you should pour them, it's about 3 to 4.
Well, if you're going fancy, they usually put only about that much in there, don't they?
Champagne style,
Mhm.
with skinny. The bell is real skinny.
yeah.
But if you're pouring them deep, for like women when they have their air quote book club, they're just pouring them half a bottle to a cup. I still got space at the top.
I mean, you literally can't fill up like a 32-ounce cup. I don't think there's even 32 ounces of wine in there.
They're smart how they shape those glasses or the bottles.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, you can go to a restaurant and spend $1,200 on a bottle of wine, you know, and I guess there's sommeliers, I think is what they call them, where they can like name different things they taste, like wormwood and
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that. But then you get done drinking that $1,200 bottle of wine, and you're like, okay, just give us the $16,
Yeah.
and it's from like 3 years ago, and it tastes better.
Right.
To I guess the layman.
Yeah.
I guess what you would consider me, but I get the few times I've drinking wine, I enjoy being buzzed and drunk. You try to dance on that line,
Yeah.
where you're not just belligerent. But wine, I can't walk. Like
Really?
It messes up my equilibrium. Like I find myself leaning on things a lot. I'm like on a wall.
Woman, fetch me my wine broom.
Like, you good? I'm like, I think I need some water, man. This stuff's got me messed up.
Give me a beer or some hard liquor. This is rough.
Yeah. Nobody really drinks for the taste.
True story.
But
All right, fellas. It's about time we wrap this up.
Been a good time.
Yes. Enjoyed you guys.
we'll see you guys next Monday.
All right, fellas.
All right, so you love us. We love y'all. If for any reason you want to be a part of this shit show, we're going to be having some guests on soon. If you know anybody or you are interested, shoot us up email. Let us know you want to get in on some of this, and we'll be glad to have you.
What's that email, Justin?
It's 2bandab@gmail.com. That is TWOBANDAB@gmail.com. Make sure to follow us here on Spotify and share with some of your friends. And we'll have some merch coming up soon.
Yeah, email us. Let us know if you want us to share your business. Just share your OnlyFans where you show your butthole to the world. We're doing it completely free right now. We'll set you up a cool little read like we did for Morgan stump removal. Or if you have any ideas, you can do that as well. But most of the time, we just wing all this shit.
Batwing.
Batwing, yeah. We also got Instagram account set up. We've got Facebook set up. All social media. We'll have that posted in a link, and we'll let you know. So we look forward to hear from you.